do? What'd you do? Up. This is no place to die. Oh, no, no, no. Groot. No.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. This is what we call pouring fuel on the fire President Trump posting on Truth Social last night. The post that broke the internet in two and has led to a nuclear ratio. We'll talk about that in just a moment. First off, what was the post saying? The post effectively says that Donald Trump admits that the Epstein files are real and that they exist and that we shouldn't see them because they were written by Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Joe Biden. Okay. Wait, what? It's like, okay. It's Epstein, the man who will never die, says President Trump. Why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama, Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers in the Biden administration? This is President Trump then combining those files and saying that's the same thing as the Russia hoax and the Intel agents hoax and the laptop from Health hoax, saying that the Epstein files are a hoax, a deep state creation. Well, that just made us more interesting. Like it seemed that, honestly, because Comey and Brennan are currently being charged for creating fake files right now. Hillary Clinton, of course, had to pay for creating fake files. People went to prison for that. And Barack Obama obviously has had his entire legacy tarnished by this. So if this is the case and they created more fake deep state files, it almost makes it more intriguing, actually. You know, again, they're charging currently Comey and Brennan for doing this. So maybe you could charge somebody for this. I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't seen the files. But the admission that they're real and that they are some massive hoax, and then to go on and say you can't see them, it doesn't. This is just going to make people want to see them even more. You know what I mean? Okay, so they created the Epstein files, just like they created the fake Hillary Clinton Steele dossier that they used on me. And now the so-called friends are playing right in my friends are playing right into their hands. Of course, he's probably referring to everyone from Charlie Kirk, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Anna Paulina Luna, and a ton of people, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Steve Bannon. Pretty much the entire MAGA base is calling for the release of these files now. And I'm not sure that this puts the issue to bed. In fact, I think that it does the exact opposite. Because just days ago, we were told that the files didn't exist, like at all. Like there is no list, there are no files. But now we're being told that there are files, but we can't see them because they were created by Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. Well, again, like that's an incongruent story, right? So, it has to be one or the other. And Matt Walsh, I think, kind of sums it up really nicely here. Matt Walsh, back from vacation and just sounding off on this this morning. The Attorney General said that she had the client list on her desk. The White House made a big show of giving binders marked the Epstein files, phase 1, to a bunch of influencers. Now they tell us that there is no list and that we should stop talking about it. Well, then why did they say that there was a list? And why did they pull a stunt with influencers? And why did you call it phase 1? Obviously implying that there are more phases. If you claim that this all seems normal and above board and honest, you're being extremely obtuse. We're Americans and we don't accept the obvious bullshit from our political leaders, and we don't move on from a topic just because we're instructed to do so. Again, this is going to be a Streisand effect. The Streisand effect, obviously named after Barbara Streisand, screaming at people, don't post photos of my house. What is that going to do? It's going to make people say, I'm going to post photos of your house. Don't walk on the grass. It's going to make you want to walk on the grass, right? Let Pam Bondi do her job, says President Trump. The radical left inspired documents on Jeffrey Epstein. He's saying that they're spent. The Epstein documents are created by the radical left. This is what President Trump just says here. And that they're the same as every other hoax. So stop wasting time and energy on Jeffrey Epstein, somebody that nobody cares about. Okay. So here we go. Now, this is the interesting thing, is because people do care about him. One, Dan Bongino cares so much about this that he's allegedly quit. The reporting is that Dan Bongino is no longer at his job. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I've tried to check in. Dan Bongino clashes with Attorney General over the handling of the Epstein files. I mean, if nobody cares about him, then why is Dan quitting? I mean, obviously, we're huge supporters of Dan. We're huge supporters of the entire administration. This is just nothing but tough love from a friend. You know, there's a friend trying to help you out, like, and say, no, actually, like, the base does care. Trust me, the base does care. I was just in a room with 7,000 screaming MAGA supporters who really care about this. The number one applause line that I got was me calling for the Epstein list to be released. And that goes for every other speaker throughout the entire Turning Point Action conference that's going on right now in Tampa. President Trump, however, also getting shown that people do care about this by getting ratioed on his own platform. President Trump just got ratioed on his own platform for making a post. Is this a first? Here you go. You can see here on Truth Social, President Trump having a lot of people commenting. Trump getting ratioed for the first time on his own platform. Lots of people sounding off on this. Let's go ahead and shall we go ahead and check live right now. What does it look like? I'm load it right now. Okay, here's the original post. Now it is a ratio of 35,000 replies. 35,000 replies. Whoa. That's a lot. So, you know, I've never seen that happen before. Trump getting ratioed on his own platform. This is how mad that the base is. I'm trying to be helpful here. Nobody cares about the Epstein files, but then the MAGA base is saying this is the base saying no, we do care, like actually a lot. Trump getting torched over Epstein post, even on Truth Social. President Trump slammed people going after Pam Bondi and Epstein. But instead of rallying support, it triggered a wave of backlash, even on his own platform with his own base. This isn't just noise. Something is shifting here. You can see. This is like a screen recording of some of the responses, right? And a lot of the responses are people saying, well, we actually do care about this, Mr. President. Which it's a really good thing to Elon Musk also chiming in, saying, this is a test. The test for the American people about transparency. The Epstein files are the Rosetta Stone to decipher the deep state and what their operation was here. And that we have to take it seriously. I've come back from vacation to learn that Epstein was apparently wasn't an international child sex trafficker, even though he was arrested for being one, and that there's no client list, even though the Attorney General said she had it on her desk. He did kill himself, even though the video proving it was edited, and no prominent, powerful people were implicated, even though dozens of them flew on his plane to his Predator Island, and the whole issue doesn't matter, so we should just move on and never talk about it again. Glad that's settled. It's crazy. Like, I don't know what kind of 5D chess is being played here. I don't know if that's the case. But this is exactly how you handle, like, if you wanted more people to talk about it, this is exactly how you handle it, right? Elon Musk has been out, effectively saying, you're now in a place where you have to just release everything. And same thing with Tucker Carlson. Tucker had a new interview drop this just moments ago, where he told this to Charlie Kirk, that this is like a matter, the reason this is all happening is because a foreign country is involved, and that foreign country is Israel, and that they're trying to protect Israel, and that this is a big America First issue to say, you're not allowed to commit crimes in our nation, even if you're our ally, you're not allowed to do that. And this is a trust vector with the American people. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what Tucker just told Charlie Kirk. I don't think this issue is going away. This clearly is not.
So the real scandal here is who he was working for and where the money came from. That's the actual scandal, and no one will say anything about it because the answer
was it American intelligence?
No,
was it Saudi intelligence?
No.
Was it British intelligence?
It was Israeli intelligence. And everyone's embarrassed to say that because you're not allowed to say that or something because you're a hater, but you're not a hater at all. You can think Israel's a great country that deserves our support, as I do.
My best memories are in Israel.
Yeah, it's great. I've taken my family on vacation there, but it's still a foreign country, and it's a fair question to ask, were you running a blackmail scheme in our country? And I think the answer is yes. So they were asked, and they're like, we're not going to tell you. And it's like, well, so why are we sending you all this money every year if you won't answer a simple question? If you're actually running a criminal enterprise in our country, which it seems like they were, then you should answer the question, and no American citizen should be embarrassed to ask that. It doesn't make you a hater or a wacko. If the former Israeli prime minister is living in his house, like, what was that? And if his girlfriend and co-conspirator is the daughter of a Mossad agent, which she was, why is it crazy to ask that question? It's not crazy. Actually, it's very obvious. And no one should be embarrassed to ask that. No one should be made to feel like a hater for asking that. Asking a question about a foreign country does not make you a bigot at all. And in fact, the effect of not asking that question, the rest of us are all kind of embarrassed and like, oh, can you really say that? What that right there causes hatred and creepiness, and everyone feels like it has to be conducted in secret. When you're not allowed to be straightforward about something, the conversation and the thoughts tend to become diseased.